Now, the violence in Rakhine State in Myanmar between Buddhists and the Muslim Rohingya population has been continuing for some time. But now the government has told one of the biggest aid agencies working in the troubled region to stop all of its operations, accusing Medecins Sans Frontieres of bias. Well, we can speak to the BBC's Bill Hayton. He's just returned from Myanmar, where he was working on media reform of the country's state broadcaster. Bill, obviously, you're just back. Medecins Sans Frontieres have been there for as long as 22 years, a long time. Why now? Why are they being singled out now?
Well, there's no obvious reason that's been made public. The government is saying that the memorandum of understanding that the government has with MSF has expired. But what people are saying in the country is that this is linked to comments that MSF made about an alleged massacre that took place in Rakhine State back in January. The government is denying that any massacre happened at all. All they're saying is that local Muslims killed a policeman. But Rohingya groups, Muslim groups, have said that at least 40 people were killed by security forces and local people. The government has refused to allow any independent investigation to go there. The UN has corroborated most of the information, and MSF has also given some supporting information. So it seems that this is some kind of punishment to MSF for contradicting the government's account of what happened.
So after a long history working in the country, what does this mean for Medecins Sans Frontieres?
Well, it could be very drastic because they've had to stop all their operations. They didn't publicise the fact that they had been closed down. The news seems to have leaked out because they were told to stop their operations 2 days ago. The clinics were closed yesterday. Something like 200 people a day go to the clinic in one town alone. So the impact on those people is going to be quite dramatic. So MSF are not talking to the media. They're obviously trying to hope that they can repair relations with the Myanmar government and that they will be allowed to resume their work.
Now, you're just back. You've been there, working there with the state broadcaster for a year. Just give us an insight. What does this particular event tell us about the reforms promised by the regime there?
Well, this and a few other things that have happened recently tell us, I think, that the reform isn't a simple process, that there are going to be roadblocks along the way. It may well be that the government is having second thoughts about reform. Some of the things that I was working on in the media, in terms of having different points of view in the media and that sort of thing, the government appears to be having second thoughts about that, and the media reform process is encountering some difficulties. So I think there's a moment happening now in Myanmar with lots of things happening. We're a year and a half before general elections. We've got quite a controversial census process about to take place, and I think there are some people within the different power bases in the government and the military who may be having second thoughts about exactly where the country's going with this reform process.
Also, troubled times ahead, but for now, Bill Hayton, thank you very much for speaking to us. Thank you.